After over a century of paleo hipsters correcting 8-year-olds worldwide, the 8-year-olds are finally vindicated. The Brontosaurus is back. In April 2015, Tschopp, Mateus, and Benson published a paper claiming that the Brontosaurus is in fact a real thing, and they have hundreds of pages of documentation and 5 years of research backing them up. So, what is the Brontosaurus? Where did it go? And why is it back? It all started way back in 1877 when a paleontologist from Yale named Dr. Marsh discovered the partial skeleton of a huge, long-necked dinosaur out in the eastern foothills of the Rocky Mountains. He named the specimen Apatosaurus, or cryptic lizard, due to some anomalies and some small bones off the back of the tail. Nearly 3 years later, in 1879, Marsh found an additional fossilized skeleton, and believing it to be different than his first, especially along the hips, declared it to be a new species, the Brontosaurus, the thunder lizard. These two specimens were not just different species, they were eventually classified in different genuses. A genus is kind of like a more extended family tree. For decades, this was the status quo. However, in 1903, a survey was completed by Elmer of the Field Columbian Museum in Chicago. Riggs compared the specimens and concluded that they were not different enough to classify as a different genus. Therefore, the Brontosaurus name would have to be replaced by the original name, Apatosaurus. And so it went for over 112 years. Until just this year, when these three paleontologists, Tschopp, Mateus, and Benson, overturned over 100 years of history with a review of hundreds of fossilized specimens. Their conclusion? The Brontosaurus and Apatosaurus specimens do show enough physical differences that they can be reinstated as separate and distinct genuses. And the amazing part of this is the way that science is supposed to work. With new evidence, we revise our understanding of the past, the present, and the future. And we will continue to do so, as long as we make new discoveries. Thanks as always for viewing this week's Moment of Science. If you have any questions, concerns, or comments, please leave a comment. If you liked what you saw, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're interested in seeing more and what I have to come out with next week, please, as always, click the button below to subscribe. I'll see you next week on Science Scenes.